What's up, family? So apparently today, Shannon Sharpe and Shakur Stevenson, they went on the podcast and then they turned that thing into a straight up debate. Shannon Sharpe basically was like, he don't like his boxing style, and Shakur Stevenson like, you don't know what you talking about. So let's get into what they was talking about though.
Shannon Sharpe had the boxer Shakur Stevenson on his podcast tonight. It was an absolute spectacle, bro. Shannon Sharpe crashed out after being disrespected by Shakur. Shakur crashed out. So this all started because Shannon Sharpe told Shakur he don't like his fighting style. Now, this is not something that's brand new. I think Floyd Mayweather went through the same thing.
Which I get, because like when I was watching the fight, I just felt like Shakur, it was more so on the boring end, but at the same time, shit, Shakur, he a world champion, so shit, you can't really hate on that, for real.
Especially Floyd fights towards the end, especially when he like broke his hand, it got boring. Floyd was unable to knock out people. It was essentially a defensive fight. People got sick and tired and bored of Floyd kind of like outpointing people to the victory. So Shannon is expressing the same thing with Shakur, essentially telling Shakur, hey, man, your fights are boring. You won't get the credit you deserve. If you don't knock out people, people won't consider you the best. And Shakur took great offense to that.
You going at the end of my career?
I don't believe they'll rank you like that.
You going to say why was his fight so easy? Why wasn't he hurt? Because I'm that great. That's what you going to say.
We're not saying that you're not great, Shakur, but I don't believe, and this is me. This is my opinion. Joe has his opinion. Ocho believes you hung the moon. I don't believe that you're going to get the credit you deserve without knocking people out.
That's why you never boxed before.
That's not.
See, but I can see both angles, because in Shakir's side, it's like John Morant. Like, John Morant's a great basketball player. However, he gets the credit he deserves on the court because he's so explosive. If John Morant wasn't dunking on motherfuckers like Wemby and jumping over motherfuckers, he would be a regular basketball player. You know what I'm saying? He's not a spectacular shooter. You know what I'm saying? He can't dribble super crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's just really explosive. Kind of same deal with Russell Westbrook. Just super explosive. So as Shannon is saying, people with a one-on-one sport like that, people don't really come to see you fight for points. They come to see you fight and get in the ring. Either you gonna get your ass beat or you gonna whoop his ass. But they ain't really trying to see you play, small boxing. Like, they want to see a fight. That's what we came to pay. We want to see you leave with that black eye. We want to see you scratched up. We want to see you get dirty. Like, that's the whole point of boxing. That is the point of boxing for the fans. You know what I'm saying? For the fans, for the people who want to come see it.
Boxing.
That's how I know you never boxed before. Floyd Mayweather, you could talk about Floyd Mayweather. You can say the guys that he knocked out, but in the tail end of his prime, he wasn't just knocking guys out. This is not true.
No, because his hands got brittle.
Exactly. I got hand problems too. What's the difference?
Well, I didn't know that. My bad.
Everybody know that. That's why you ain't been doing your homework. You got to do your homework.
All of a sudden, you got hand problems and shit. Man, let me tell you something. Like, I guess so, man. Hey, I think what Shannon was saying, like, these guys were a little older. You could tell he kind of just like, I don't know. He might have hand problems. Hey, man, that's to each his own.
But you can't say just because I don't like your style that I don't know
boxing.
You don't. I grew up in an era where Sugar Ray was knocking people out.
You just told me that I don't put myself in harm's way by getting in the ring. That's what you told me. That let me know that you don't do your homework.
But you talk about one fight. You talk about Teofimo.
Any fight.
What about all the other fights? I'm not.
Any
hold on.
fight.
Am I the only one said that about you? Right. I was wondering one thing. Am I the...
Bro, they're both right. Like, that's the problem. They're both right. Like, yeah, Shakur is like right. Like, nah, you can't say I'm not trying to put myself in harm's way when I'm getting in the ring. But Shannon is saying, yeah, but go fight. Go out there. Stop trying to get points. Stop trying not to get hit. You know, I think Muhammad Ali was one that didn't try to get hit, but Muhammad Ali was knocking niggas out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference to it at the same time.
Only one that's ever said that about your fighting style. Yes or no?
A lot of people that don't know boxing say that.
No.
I'm not.
It's not about that. It's not about that though. It's not about that's how I knew he was trolling, because it's not about a lot of. He said a lot of people said that about me, but they don't know. That's the fans, bro. most people don't come, like that's the fans, bro. The fans want to see you go in there. They say you the world champ. They said you out there knocking niggas out. Well, let's go have a good time, get some drinks tonight, get some good food, and come watch this young man knock a nigga out. Not watch y'all play patty cake in the ring. Even though you run by the points and you still got your title, which is great. It's just like we came to see something explosive. However, y'all let me know, does every fighter need to be like Mike Tyson to have a good career? That's a great question. Y'all let me know in the comments.
The intricacy of the boxing and no. I can only tell you what I see with my eyes. The last Shakur fight that I watched, and after this fight, like I told myself I'm done watching Shakur, was when he fought, I think it was like Williams Zepeda. Like that's the fight essentially, like everybody on social media said, bro, this is the most boring stuff. But we've never seen anything more boring before. Like this fight is boring. These dudes were walking around the ring, running from each other. Like it was terrible. Like Shakur essentially was backing up the entire fight. It was terrible to watch. After that fight, I say, yeah, I'm done watching Shakur fights. But that's just me, though. Now, I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. He's not a great fighter. I just personally said I'm not wasting my time anymore watching Shakur Stevenson fight. I'm good. Right? If I want to see track, I'll go watch.
That's what I'm saying. That's how the fans feel. It's like Flacco dead ass right. It's like, bro, it's like, all right, you the champ. Cool. We're not taking nothing from you. You're a great fighter. I'm just not taking the time to come watch you play. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. Right? If I want to see track, I'll go watch like track and field, bro. Like I'm now watching somebody back up and walk around the entire fight, okay, and try to win off of points and jabs.
Yeah.
So clearly, Shannon Sharpe isn't the only person.
Nobody want to see that shit.
Shakur is dismissing it as anybody with this opinion don't know boxing. Again, I'm not a boxing expert. I can just tell you what my eyes see in my.
Exactly. That's 90% of the boxing world, though. Like, people that come to see fighting, bro, you got to understand, when it comes to fighting, people are getting fed off that explosion. They're getting fed off that dopamine, whatever they call it in your mind, in your brain, that it get released. They get fed off that excitement, off somebody getting knocked out. I mean, it sounds crazy as hell, but that's the truth. Like, that's what people want to come see. So, I can't be mad at Shannon Sharpe for saying, and being honest about it. I don't think people was ever really been honest with him straight to his face like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can kind of tell he like, cause like I'm not a boxing expert from what I see though. I don't want to watch that. You're a great fighter. You're great. You're gonna go down as one of the greats. But as far as like comparing you to like getting excited to hear about your fights, I don't really care. Honestly, you can go fight somebody right now and nobody's gonna care. That's what Shannon Sharpe is saying. It's like you got respect, you got the titles, but you're not considered. People ain't gonna consider you as one of the greats like a Tyson because you're not out there going to war. You out there trying to get points, and that's not what really boxing is for. Boxing is for go to war, see what that shit look like afterwards. Like that's what the fans want to see. We don't really. What the fuck you know what I'm saying? Like go to war. It's a war sport.
I saw Shakur backing up with Williams Zepeda. It was very boring. The general consensus on social media was this dude fights are boring. So I guess any and everybody who has ever criticized Shakur don't know boxing. But nonetheless, though, Shakur took this really, 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 really personal and took this conversation somewhere it didn't really need to go.
Because he knows it's true.
A boxing conversation.
Because he knows it's true.
Escalated this conversation to a point it didn't need to go at all.
I can't tell you. I'm not. I don't know the answer to that.
But you can tell me.
I don't pay attention to it if
all the good things that people are saying. You can tell me what Bud said. You can tell me what Floyd said. You can tell me what Andre Ward said. But you can't tell me any negative. So it tells me that you surround, and that's how we are. Yeah. We consume the news.
I'm surrounded.
Didn't I just say that though? Didn't I just say that you could tell nobody really told him to his face about this shit? He ain't really listening to that shit at a part. And that's your problem. That's your problem.
Finish your sentence.
That's favorable to us.
You about to say a cap sentence. I'm surrounded by what?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you consume the positive news. And so if somebody says something that you don't want to hear, you assume, well, I don't value your opinion because you're not a boxing aficionado.
I assume that you don't know about boxing. That's
it's
all
not about that, bro.
Basketball, but you got an opinion on it.
I don't try to debate. If I'm sitting here with Kawhi Leonard, I wouldn't try to debate with Kawhi Leonard about basketball.
I'm not
because I'm not that ignorant.
So I can't have an opinion about
what I'm trying to tell you is you're being ignorant.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. Like All right, I know basketball. So, yeah, I get what he's saying on that level, but it's like if I did not watch basketball, I'm only going to talk about the guys who the media shows that's explosive, the guys that can really dunk, the guys that can shoot real good. I'm only going to be interested in that if I don't have a good, like, a good realization of basketball, but I understand basketball, so I do look into the details. But 90% of people in the crowd, they're not looking into the stats when they walk into the arena. They want to see their favorite team beat the opponent team, and they want their players to do good that night. They don't care if it was great before. They want them to see him do good that night. They don't care about no stats. They don't care about this and that and what they like. Okay, are you gonna shoot the ball and make it? Are you gonna dunk? Like, and honestly, when it comes down to it, that's just sports in general. So Shannon Sharpe is just saying, I got my opinion, bro. It's just an opinion. Like, yeah, if you want to get into the nitty gritty of it, yeah, you one of the greats. Because if you want, like, you know what I'm saying. But if we just talking about what people coming to see, you're boring to watch. Just take that shit on the chin, bro. You boring to watch. But that don't mean you're not a great fighter. Shit, you a real champ. You're an awesome fighter. You just born to watch.
That's it.
That may have just went over your head. If you didn't grow up in a certain environment or you didn't grow up around certain people, then you don't understand what Shakur Stevenson just said and how disrespectful that is. If you grew up around a certain generation of black folks, if you grew up around black folks from a certain region or demographic, then you understand Shannon Sharpe is a 50, 60-year-old black man who's from the South. That ignorant word, now, Shakur could have said other things like, hey, you a casual, you don't know what you're talking, but when you say you ignorant, that's damn near a slur. That's damn near one of the most offensive things you could ever say from somebody in his generation from where he's from.
Because it's calling somebody stupid.
Bruh. He's 50 plus years old. You call that man ignorant, those are fighting words. If Shakur Stevenson was in front of Shannon Sharpe, they would have been fighting and tussling. That word is the most disrespectful thing you could call someone from where Shannon Sharpe is from and what he has experienced. Shakur knew what he was doing, man. When I heard him say that, I knew automatically, yeah, it's about to go downhill. And I caught it, because you know what happened? It went downhill. From that moment on, things just completely derailed, and it got super personal.
I get all that. That's fine.
You're being ignorant.
Shakur, ignorant is something that should never come out of your mouth. Because you don't have a degree.
Okay.
I run circles around you in the classroom.
Brother, I don't give a about the classroom.
Be respectful. I've never called you ignorant. I've never called you ignorant.
On the planet that has not finished high school or finished school that is smarter than the poor smart.
See, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is old school, young school. You know what I'm saying? He came from this is old school where Shannon Sharpe is like, hey, bro, what you on? You basically just called him stupid in his eyes. That's what Flacco was saying. And Shakir, like, you know, he that young cat talking, popping off at the mouth. He really in his feelings. Because bro just called his ass boring. And bro called his ass really a goofy in the ring. Like, now, don't get it twisted. Shakir can fight and knock a nigga ass out. It's just he go in there fighting. You know, he ain't going out there trying to knock a nigga out. He trying to not get touched and hit this and you know, get points. And it's like, yeah, that's great, bro. That's a great fighting strategy. It's just boring to watch. So you're not going to get everybody saying how they love you to watch. You're not going to have everybody comparing you to, like, Mike Tyson or Young Floyd or AB when he was out there going crowd. You're just not, because you're boring. But that don't make you're not a great fighter, bro. You could be an awesome fighter.
They didn't call me ignorant. You did. Ignorant. Be respectful.
You're being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
No.
That's what you're being ignorant. I'm not calling you ignorant as a person. I'm calling you ignorant.
Yeah, and he is. And that is true. Shannon Sharpe kind of took that to heart because he was just saying, bro, you just ignorant when it came to boxing. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that in his defense. He was saying that.
When it comes to the sport of boxing,
and talk about ignorance.
You are in boxing. You are in boxing.
About boxing.
You're ignorant about all sports.
I don't care. I'm not trying to be the smartest about all sports. You're trying to be smart about boxing.
You're not the smartest boxer.
I'm not the smartest boxer. I'm a way smarter boxer than your favorite fighter.
You don't know who my favorite fighter is.
I don't have to know.
You don't. I tell you what.
Don't be mad at me because you can't F.
This is what I do.
You got to F. That's it. You got to F.
F what?
In boxing.
Yeah. I got
in boxing. Yes, you got to.
Okay, congratulations. I got an F in boxing. Woo. You're boring to watch, bro. You're boring to watch. Woo, okay, cool. I got an F in boxing. I'm not a boxer. I'm not out here fighting. I'm not out here studying this shit. I can tell you right now though, when I watch you, you're not as fun as the other guys that when I watch, I get entertainment from. Cause at the end of the day, this shit is entertainment. You whooping a nigga ass is entertainment. And you going out there just trying to get points and try to play slick, it's not entertaining. So, I think he's just trying to throw jabs back at this point. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to throw his little jabs back at Shannon because he really but I feel both sides because he really is going out there with, trying his best, you know what I'm saying? But all people doing is saying, tighten up a little bit. But everybody can't handle this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
And you can have your opinion.
I didn't try to say, would you this, you that.
You can have your opinion. I don't have no problems with your opinion. I think that. No, yes, I don't.
You do. You just called me ignorant, but
I said you're ignorant in the sport of boxing. I done told you this 100 times.
Which
whether you want to hear it
my
or
opinion.
Not. In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion.
And I stand by
opinion. That. It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me.
I ain't gonna lie. Unc is right, bro. Nigga, he just said his opinion, bro. Nobody said you wasn't great. Nobody said you wasn't amazing. He just stated his own opinion, bro. That's it, that's all. He just stated his own opinion.
This conversation is not about boxing. I first want to put that out there.
It's
you're
not.
about to find out very shortly why this conversation was never about boxing. Shannon Sharpe is pissed off at Shakur Stevenson for bringing up the fact, that he went through a situation last year on a podcast and talking trash about Shannon Sharpe going through that situation. Shakur is mad at Shannon Sharpe for having opinions about his boxing, which is why Shakur was on a podcast gossiping and talking trash about Shannon Sharpe and bringing up Shannon Sharpe's situation from last year. Shannon Sharpe will ultimately bring that up. And I say that to say, Shannon Sharpe knows he's a casual. Like, when you're asked to describe what Shakur Stevenson boxing stance is and you can't, like, you don't know what his boxing stance, you can't name the boxing stance you're describing, you are a casual. But he still has his opinion. But Shannon Sharpe came into this podcast with an agenda.
That's what I'm saying. It's cool. Like, you just a watcher. I don't know what boxing stance you got. I don't know the details of that. That's great to the people that understands boxing, but to the fans, to people who just came to watch, people who just came to see a good fight, they kept hearing about this guy. That's what Shannon Sharpe is speaking from that level. And bro bro kind of like, well, you just dumb when it comes to boxing. So I want to see what's the real reason why they going back and forth, because that's really some petty ass
Core
shit.
Came into this podcast with an agenda. Both these dudes were pissed off about the conversations they were both having about each other on their own individual platforms. So Shannon Sharpe even brings this up and tells Shakur he's broke, that he can't see him when it comes to that paper, and he heard what Shakur was saying about his situation from last year, which, from my perspective, if they would have started this conversation off with this, it would have saved them like 2 hours of conversation.
Oh, right? God.
If Shannon Sharpe would
have
told
made
Shakur,
way more sense.
All right. I heard what you said about my situation from last year. I don't like you. I think you're broke. Don't speak on me. Conversation over. Cool. But they beat around the bush until they finally got to what the root of their issue is.
No, I hope he get everything right with his personal life. But you ain't gonna bet that money for real. You bluffing.
What
you bluffing?
I'm going.
You ain't gonna bet shit.
I'm gonna bet.
It might not. The bet might not be.
Oh, he gonna bet something right.
Nah, he gonna bet something nice, but he ain't betting no 100,000.
So what he gonna bet?
He gonna bet though.
What's the number?
We gonna bet.
I say
that's what you gonna bet. Ocho.
Whoa! Don't
I'm asking Unc right now what he gonna bet. What that got to do with you right now, Unc? What you gonna bet? Don't say
you can tell Ocho. You could tell Ocho cool with both they ass. Ocho like, hold on, like Ocho in the middle. Ocho, hey, do your homework on being a nigga in the middle. Like, hold on, these both my homies, but y'all tweak it.
I'm
bro.
saying a number
Don't
so I make sure I get my cut.
Oh, you set him up.
Hold on. What you mean save me?
Yeah, but
hey, Shakur.
Yo.
I know you had a lot to say about that situation that I went through last year. Don't let that situation.
What situation?
It's personal now.
I still would rather check the bank bounce. So don't let that
what situation?
Okay,
I know you've been fighting for a minute.
I'm confused. What situation you talking about?
Don't worry about it. We'll talk off screen.
Yeah, off screen. I got you.
I know you've been fighting for a minute. Your pocket's not that deep.
Okay, so Betty. That's all I.
Damn.
I've never said my.
No.
Hey, hold on.
Hey,
Ocho.
No.
Ocho, chill. Hold on, chill.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there for you like this here. I know you've been fighting for a minute. Your pocket's not this deep.
I'm not trying to have a.
Hey, Shannon Sharpe saying Shakur pockets ain't that deep. Stop all that shit you talking, all that bullshit he spitting. Shannon Sharpe like, boy, that's cap. Your pockets is not that deep, my nigga. Quit all that. Whoo! Shannon Sharpe is on his ass.
Competition on who pockets deeper.
Don't talk about I'm scared. Hey,
I'm not trying to have a competition off of who pockets deeper.
Okay.
How old are you?
Because you talk about you not gonna bet or you scared. Ain't no scared here.
How old are you?
Okay.
How old are you?
Hey, don't worry about
How
that.
old are you?
The money
Since you
gonna be
went
good.
there, hold on,
Money
I'm
don't
ready to
age.
go there too. How old are you?
I don't know how old
Now
I
you
am.
don't know your age.
But
Shannon bogus. I don't know how old I am. Nah, but on some real shit though, I feel him like I feel Shakur too, cause it's like, bro, you old as hell talking crazy as hell. But Shakur was trolling. Y'all gotta stop this trolling shit. And then when a nigga come back and get on your ass, now niggas is, oh, well, how old are you, man? You was trolling, cuz. And I think Shannon Sharpe called him on some bullshit like, bro, I know what you doing. This some one-on-one shit. You could tell this was something, like, I couldn't pick it up because I didn't know the background beef. I thought it was just them being two petty-ass niggas. But this some shit that has been brewing up. And Shannon just put it all on the table like, bro, this is not that type. This ain't that, gang. I'm gonna keep it so real. That's what Shannon Sharpe is basically saying to Shakur. Like, shit, you older than me. You better have more money than me. Your old ass. That's what Shakur is saying. You know what I'm saying? For all my niggas who missed it, Shakur is just saying, you better have some more money than me, old ass nigga. That's why you don't even know how old you is no more. Now you don't know how old you is, nigga. You forgot who you was talking to. Woo woo. That's really what Shakur is saying right now. So this funny as hell.
I bet you when I get your age, I have more money than you.
They take, bro, all I'm going to say is this. They still take money from the 1800s. So money don't get old.
I'm down, but you went to a place where I'm ready to go. Once I get your age,
You kept saying, I ain't going to bet no. You kept saying,
once
I
I
ain't
get
going to bet
your
no money
age, I
like
bet
I ain't
I got
got
more
no
money than
money. Hey, look here. I got enough.
Okay, then. Okay.
When I leave here, I'm going to leave my kids in a better situation.
I agree
than
with.
they
That's
ever
why I
thought.
say we ain't even got to go to.
You
You said something about the situation. I ain't say nothing about your situation.
No, you did. You did. You was talking because you heard what I said. I heard what you said. Somebody sent it to me that he got in a situation. Yeah. I heard what you said, and you know you said it. Don't
I probably did. I've been mad enough
to.
You talking about you got more money than me right now? I'm telling you. By the time I get your age,
you see what I mean? Well, no. Somebody sent it to me. That you should have started off with that. I don't think Shannon Sharpe and his.
Yeah, so this is all like they just going back and forth. It's petty as hell. Shannon Sharpe is going back and forth with bro. Honestly, all this shit got to do is, it's some old drama they got going on. Shannon don't like his boxing style. Bro didn't want to hear that shit, especially from Shannon Sharpe, because bro probably been hearing that shit. He know damn well his boxing style damn near boring as hell. But you know, Shannon Sharpe just came and put that shit on the table, and now it makes sense why Shannon Sharpe said what he said. They got some internal beef going on. But, you know, it is what it is. Y'all let me know in the comments how you feel. I do want to know that question. Do you got to be like a Mike Tyson to have a good career or a respectable career in the game? That's a real interesting one. Y'all break that down for me in the comments. But until next time, keep subscribing to Evan Seals TV and make sure to hit that like button.